Hello and welcome. This is a pretty short video, just updating about the game real quick. We have controller compatibility now in the game. As of right now, if you just go into the game, you can still use your keyboard, you can still play as both characters. But if you also start plugging in your controllers to some USB ports, you can very much start getting your characters to work. Boom, input device detected. We use our controller. Did we connect the other one? We connected the other one. So, had to buy a second controller because my Nintendo Switch Pro controller was not working with this. Because you have to kind of use an external app called DS4 controller to get these to work. Anywho, go forward, back, jump. You could use your special ability by holding down. Well, blocking by down. And then if you use the lower face button, you get your only attack in the game currently. Once we get more things in the game, you're going to be able to do other stuff, just boom, boom. Additionally, you're no longer able to stand on people's heads. I know I removed that maybe around the time when I was still getting the last video out, but yeah, you can no longer stand on people's head. Let's get our other controller connected, and it should automatically connect to the second character, as it is device input 1. It has now been connected. Boom. Second character, which just happens to be our good sir E, the robot. But yeah, you can float around, you can forward, back, block, jump, use your special jump ability, which in this case is hovering, attacking. Boom, boom. It's interesting that you're doing that for longer now. Might need to do some more changes to make sure the animation doesn't loop. Because right now it's boom, 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 boom. It's looping a little bit, but like, obviously not sending out any more projectiles. Something's going on there. But I can also do a quick code tutorial. So first off, if you're using any sort of PS4 controllers and not an Xbox controller, you gotta get DS4 controller, which if you go down here, something I've downloaded recently, DS4 Windows, just the Windows version of it, DS4 Updater. It's called DS4 controller though. It's really good. It makes it so you can actually basically use almost any controller theoretically. I couldn't get Switch Pro controllers or anything like that to work with my computer. There's some new things within here for getting controls adapted. Load controllers, player 1, get all devices if greater than 2. Boom, boom, boom. You just get your certain things, adding either player 1 or combined controls. And this one does this very similar thing, but loading player 2, devices are greater than 2. Boom, boom, boom. Player 2 fighting. And combined fighting. That number should just be greater than 1, but during my testing when I did some print strings, for some reason, I got 3 device inputs, well, 2 that were already there automatically. So, not entirely sure what the deal with that was. If you go to the level itself, it now has a sequence on the event tick, which is basically, we used to have this, but this kind of stopped working when I was making this video. It was working before I made the first version of this video. So now it just goes to the do once, and it just gives load player 2 and load player 1 controls. It just loads both of them, make sure they're both there, which still gives you access to the keyboard and still gives you access to controllers on both of them. That's also interesting if they're both player index 1. You would want one of these to be player index 1. This one should just be player index 0. If it's not broke, don't fix it, but that could definitely have been a thing to worry about. Yeah, that would make sense. Let's test that real quick. If we make this get player character 0, not 10, 0. Because the goal with this is theoretically, let's disconnect one of these controllers. Go back in here. See if that breaks the game at all. So you can still use your keyboard. Other controller, player 1 right now. still use player 1. And now if we connect our second controller, will it work? It does still work. Are you able to use keyboard as well still on this character though? You are! Cool. And what's best is it detected it during when I inputted it, because I disconnected it beforehand, so we are good there. So that's that. And then the character spawners have been updated to just load player 1. Load player 1 or load player 2 instead of just loading controls like it was before. And then if you go to character test, we already talked about that, loading controls player 2 and loading controls player 1, and just that whole thing where it then goes to true false, which greater than or less than, and then gets the player controller and adds its stuff. And then a lot has been taken out of this because we still go to event begin play still does the mask check, lens check. We're skipping intro animation just for the sake of making playtesting way easier or making the game way easier. And then it skips quite far to just adding the UI, I'm pretty sure. Which I don't think is in these. It might still be. No. I don't know if they are. So either way, they're doubling down and we're getting that UI on the screen. But yeah, basically we're just not loading controls to event begin play anymore. We're loading them purely through the game spawner. And it's working out really well. We're able to get both controls working. We're able to still have them be local player 0 and local player 1. But yeah, that is it for now. We have controllers working. Next time, not only will we probably have custom controls available, basically customizing your controls. The goal is to also at least have all 5 forms of N done, which we have all of them done right now except for the 3D form. And it won't be a point where they're animated unless I just really delay the next video to get them some animations and everything on each form. But it might be a matter of just basically making the character, making them their slight bit of clothing, and getting that to have clothing simulations because I'm very interested to try to get that working because obviously we have our robot here who has some clothing, but cloth simulation is not on it at all. I kind of just avoided that, but it might be a decent idea to get some cloth simulation on that or on the head because let's say you attack with the other character, you can see the hair kind of goes wow when you get hit, but that's where the game's at right now. Oh. Yeah, I don't really trust that much. Okay. It's also the controller that kept disconnecting on me whenever I was playing Mortal Kombat and whatnot, so the fact that it keeps disconnecting is, I guess, slightly concerning. Granted, it was a controller I got when I bought the PS4 from someone else, so it could be the charging cable, it could be the controller itself, you never know, honestly. But yeah, that's all working. Do a quick save all. X out of there. But once again, GS4 window. Very important. Very important. You can also customize if you have a PS4 controller, you can also customize what color the light is. I made this one green, made this one, well, this one I never changed. You can set profiles, you can set auto profiles, output slots, you can look at that. Settings, all that sort of stuff. Yep. Alrighty, though, that will do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.